Good Lord, so tired.
No, I don't know what.
Amanda, will you roll call to order and establish a quorum for the City of Perkins regular meeting March 10th, 6 p.m. 2026?
Cummings,
Yes.
Henniger, Dickerson,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
Hensley.
Stand and pray with me, please. Father, we come to you again and we ask for your guidance on the decisions and things that need to be taken care of here tonight. I pray your blessing on everyone here in this room, and I pray blessing upon their families. And I pray that you protect our police officers and our fire department in Jesus' precious name. Amen. Cassie's going to lead the pledge of allegiance. Just kidding.
Do it. Ready.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I didn't have any guests do it tonight because they're parent-teacher conferences. All right. Number 4, consideration and action on consent agenda. Commissioners?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Carla,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Ron.
Yes.
Number 6, consideration, discussion, and possible action to read and accept a proclamation declaring March 15th through the 21st, 2026 as National Safe Place Week. Miss Angie Freeney with Payne County Youth Services. Come on up, sister.
We do it every year, don't we?
We do, it's important. Okay. And you know what? It's an important week too because it's typically spring break and it's when they're not at school, and so
Exactly.
I think it fits.
It does.
We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Okay, so our proclamation, whereas the youth of Perkins, Oklahoma will determine the future strength of our country and be the bearers of our democracy. Whereas youth need a safe haven from various negative influences such as child abuse, substance abuse, depression, crime, and youth need readily available resources to assist them when faced with circumstances that compromise their safety. Whereas the Safe Place program is committed to protecting the youth of Perkins, Oklahoma, Payne County, by offering immediate help and safety for young people seeking assistance and guidance. Whereas designated locations where youth can get information and immediate help, Safe Place is found at businesses such as restaurants, convenience stores, movie theaters, and community buildings such as fire stations, libraries, and public transportation vehicles. Whereas the success of Safe Place is based on a public-private collaborations between businesses, school systems, fire departments, law enforcement, and a network of volunteers. Whereas the City of Perkins needs increased numbers of community volunteers serving as mentors and positive influences for young people. Whereas the Safe Place program must meet performance standards relative to outreach and community relations to receive direct federal assistance as set forth in the Runaway and Homeless Youth Act. Whereas more than 1,700 communities in 40 states administer the Safe Place program at more than 22,000 locations. Whereas more than 405,473 youth have been helped at a Safe Place location or received counseling by phone as a result of Safe Place information received at school and through community presentations. And whereas since program inception in 1983, more than 18 million youth have been educated through the National Safe Place Network's Safe Place outreach efforts, familiarizing them with the Safe Place sign and providing them with information about how to seek help in order to stay safe. Whereas increased awareness will encourage more communities to establish Safe Place locations where youth can readily access the help they need.
Appreciate you.
I better not say I'm the mayor.
Oh, yeah, step into it, come on.
Do it.
We'll get in trouble.
Now, therefore, I, the mayor of Perkins, Oklahoma, do hereby declare March 15th through March 21st, 2026 as National Safe Place Week in the City of Perkins and call upon the people of Perkins, Oklahoma and interested groups to promote awareness of and volunteer involvement in the Safe Place program and observe the week with appropriate ceremonies and activities. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the great seal of the city of Perkins to be affixed this 10th day of March 2026.
Thank you.
I make a motion that we accept the proclamation of the National Safe Place Week.
I'll second.
Carla,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica.
All right. Number 7. Oh, you want me to sign it, don't you?
Maybe a picture?
Picture.
Bob didn't do it this time. You did.
Look nice, you know?
Yeah, because he always throws me under the bus for a picture.
Okay.
Can we sign that one?
Yeah, that'd be great.
It's always good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Tell Dwayne I said hi.
I will. Thanks, Carla.
Number 7, consideration, discussion, and possible action to read and accept the proclamation declaring April 2026 as World Autism Month. Amanda?
Whereas autism affects an estimated 1 in 31 children and 1 in 45 adults, and affects each person differently, resulting in unique strengths and challenges. And whereas autism can cause challenges with verbal and nonverbal communication, social interaction, and repetitive behavior, and can affect anyone regardless of age, race, ethnicity, gender, or socioeconomic background. And whereas autism is often accompanied by medical conditions that impact quality of life, and whereas a comprehensive collaborative approach will help to advance research, providing a better understanding of autism spectrum disorder while strengthening advocacy efforts and ensuring access to services and resources throughout the lifespan. And whereas early diagnosis and intervention tailored to individual needs can have lifelong benefits, easing the transition to adulthood and fostering greater independence. And whereas each person and family affected by autism should have access to reliable information, supports, and opportunities to live up to their greatest potential. And whereas the City of Perkins is honored to take part in the annual observance of Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month to address the diverse needs of autistic individuals and their families.
You want to read that next part? Now therefore, I, Carla Cummings, do hereby proclaim April 2026 as Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month in the City of Perkins to increase the understanding and acceptance of Oklahomans with autism spectrum disorder. I make a motion that we accept the proclamation declaring April 2026 as World Autism Month.
Second.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. Thank you. Could I get a couple of these on pretty paper for Mrs. Tivis? Mr. Over. Okay, number 9, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve, number 8. Consideration, discussion, and possible action to read and accept the proclamation declaring March 21st, 2026 as World Down Syndrome Day. I asked for that one, I skipped it. World Down Syndrome Day proclamation. Whereas March 21st is a global day of celebration and awareness that has been observed by the United Nations since 2012. Its purpose is to educate the world about Down syndrome and how individuals with Down syndrome need to be valued in their communities. Whereas trisomy 21, also known as Down syndrome, is a genetic condition that occurs when a person has an extra copy of chromosome 21 in their cells. This extra genetic material can affect how the brain and body develop. And whereas the date March 21st is chosen to symbolize the extra 21st chromosome associated with Down syndrome. Whereas this year's World Down Syndrome theme is to improve and support systems by providing adequate access to health care, early intervention programs, and inclusive education, which are vital to the growth and development of those born with Down syndrome. And whereas the Down Syndrome Association of Central Oklahoma and other advocacy organizations provide vital resources, education, and support to individuals with Down syndrome and their families, fostering a culture of acceptance and empowerment. Whereas individuals with Down syndrome are valuable members of our community, schools, workplaces, and social settings, and can lead fulfilling lives with proper support and understanding. Whereas to show support, you can wear your crazy mismatched socks, rock your socks, because chromosomes look like colorful socks when viewed under a microscope, and we're also wearing blue and yellow colors in support of Down syndrome awareness because they represent hope, positivity, and inclusion. Now therefore I, Carla Cummings, Mayor of the City of Perkins, Oklahoma, do hereby proclaim March 21st, 2026 as World Down Syndrome Day, urging our community to wear blue and yellow, rock your socks, and participate in awareness events and actively work towards creating an inclusive society for all individuals with Down syndrome. And if you've met any of my students or my grandchild, Charlie, you know they are very valuable people. So I make a motion that we accept the proclamation declaring March 21st, 2026 as World Down Syndrome Day.
Second.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. All right, number 9, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve a naming sponsorship application and agreement with Bill and Virginia Sasser for naming rights to the community room at the renovated library building to be designated as the Bill and Virginia Sasser Community Room in consideration of a total sponsorship payment of $40,000. Bob?
Mayor, I'd like to recommend that you all table this item until next month.
Okay.
And I apologize, I just picked up on this. The reason that I'm asking you to do that is that this donation is in connection with the new library project. You have tax-exempt bonds that have been issued to fund that, and the IRS looks at naming rights and sponsorship contracts as what's called private activity use, which if you cross a certain threshold of private activity, that could trigger on an audit the reclassification of the bonds as federally taxable as opposed to tax exempt, and that'll cause quite a bit of problems. You can do naming rights and sponsorships and still qualify under the tax exempt rules. I just glanced through the contract and I would like you all to table this. Let me look at the agreement. Let me make sure that you're not going to be in violation of anything related to the status of your bonds before we go forward. So again, we can do this. Let me just make sure we're doing it the right way.
Yeah, I'm excited about this for the Sassers, but I also think that we want to protect ourselves and them as well when it comes to that. So let's go ahead and table that until hopefully next month.
We'll have an answer next month.
Okay. Number 10, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve Rural Economic Action Plan grant contract with Central Oklahoma Economic Development District for project telemetry control and monitoring for water systems. Bob?
This is in regards to the REAP grant that we were awarded a couple months ago, and the contracts to execute the grant have just come out. So it's the same contract we do every year, sets out the terms and conditions that will abide by the law. And it's to put telemetry or SCADA on the water system side.
That's one, we got like 71,000.
Yes. $71,711.25.
Okay. Commissioners, anybody have anything?
I'll make a motion to approve the Rural Economic Action Plan contract with Central Oklahoma Economic Development District for the project telemetry control and monitoring for water systems.
You want to say that real fast too?
I'll second.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Number 11, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve McGuire Iron Contractor Pay Application Number 3 in the amount of $399,475, funded by the Oklahoma Water Resource Board, American Rescue Plan Act, funds awarded for the Joint Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma and the City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing ITO funds in the amount of $199,737.50, and to approve disbursement request number 4 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $199,737.50.
So
Bob?
this is being split between the Iowa Tribe and the City of Perkins through ARPA. This pay application covers $115,000 in mobilization, $500 in clearing and grubbing, $1,000 for the stormwater pollution plan, $277,000 for shop fabrication, $25,500 for shop blast and prime because they're fabricating part of the stem part of the tower at their shop in Kansas City, and $500 for signage and $1,000 for sediment control, and then we will remit half of that out of the ARPA funds that were awarded for this project. And the engineer recommends approval, and so does staff.
I'll make a motion to approve McGuire Iron Contract Pay Application Number 3 in the amount of $399,475, funded by the Oklahoma Water Resource Board, American Rescue Plan Act, funds awarded for the Joint Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma and City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing IDO funds in the amount of $199,737.50, and to approve disbursement request number 4 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $1,999,737.50.
I'll second.
Okay, good job.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. Number 12, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve McGuire Iron Contractor Pay Application Number 4 in the amount of $331,550, funded by OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the Joint Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma and the City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing ITO funds in the amount of $165,775, and to approve disbursement request number 5 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $165,775. Mr. Ernst?
So to be clear, the previous agenda item was for December. The way it's working with so many entities involved, it's going through a lot of processes. That's why these are all coming up now. This current one is dated for January, and it's $198,000 in fabrication, $32,000 in shop blast and prime, $44,000 in steel delivery, $75,000 for the erection that's taken place so far.
Commissioners, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Ernst?
Make a motion to approve McGuire Iron Contract Pay Application Number 4 in the amount of $331,550, funded by OWRB ARPA funds for the Joint ITO and City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing Iowa Tribe funds in the amount of $165,775, and to approve disbursement request number 5 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $165,775.
I second it.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. Number 13, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve disbursement request number 6 for Cowan Engineering invoice 10619 in the amount of $2,250 funded by OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma and City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing ITO funds in the amount of $1,125, and to approve disbursement request number 6 for the ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $1,125.
For the engineer, for construction administration. Staff recommends approval.
Should have been an engineer. Or doctor.
Make a motion to approve disbursement request number 6 for Cowan Engineering invoice 10619, the amount of $2,250 funded by OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma and City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma funds in the amount of $1,125, and to approve disbursement request number 6 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in an amount of $1,125.
Second.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Yes. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Number 14, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve or construction contractor pay application number 6 in the amount of $51,528 funded by OWRB ARPA funds awarded to the joint IoT and City of Perkins lift station project, and to approve disbursement request number 6 in the amount of $51,528 utilizing ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins.
This is on the lift station, and this should be the next, there should be one more pay application. Staff recommends approval.
After this one?
Yes, to finish it up, we're at like 96% on this one.
Of the lift station? Okay. Commissioners?
Make a motion to approve or construction contractor pay application number 6 in the amount of $51,528. That's funded by the OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint ITO and City of Perkins lift station project, and to approve disbursement request number 6 in the amount of $51,528 utilizing ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins.
I second it.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Yes. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. Number 15, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve project to implement lead and copper rule optimal corrosion control treatment stations at 3 wells, as recommended by Meshack Engineering at a cost not to exceed $90,000.
I think this is going to come in quite a bit cheaper. I don't have all of the specifics nailed down. This is a ballpark figure based on the engineer, but essentially this is based on making the water so it doesn't leach lead and copper from some homeowners into their water. So we essentially have to raise the pH so the phosphates can take effect. We've worked with Meshack Engineering, WSB Engineering has studied it. Now I'm working with a chemical representative and a vendor for the equipment. It's basically going to switch out some pumps, add a little mixing time, reduce the chemical we use, increase the dosage but reduce the potency. And I have a meeting on Thursday to try to finalize that.
So we can use these chemicals and,
We use them all now, and they're commonly used
yeah,
in water.
but we can use them to offset what's being bled into the,
Well, essentially what you want to do is, water is either corrosive or scaling by nature. If it's corrosive, metals from lines can leach into the water. So there's no lead, there's no copper in the water that's produced. And that's what phosphates are used for, is to coat the lines. So there's a barrier between the line, the old copper lines or lead lines in houses, and the water. But if the pH, it has to do with pH and alkalinity of the water. So you have to, the alkalinity is like the buffer, how hard you have to work to adjust the pH. And so we need our pH between 7.5 and 8, which is totally fine, to let the phosphates work. And the issue we ran into, we were using a caustic, is what is used to increase the pH. So we're running into an issue of clogging of lines in the wells. So there were some chemistry type deals that had to be worked out. And that's what we're doing.
Commissioners, anybody?
Make a motion to approve project to implement lead and copper rule optimal corrosion control treatment stations at 3 wells as recommended by Mishek Engineering at a cost not to exceed $90,000.
Second.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Ron?
Number 16, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve budget amendment, capital improvement sales tax, water, implement lead, copper rule, optimal corrosion control treatment stations at 3 wells. This is basically just,
I'm sorry, this is to bring the money in
yeah,
to take care of that.
gotcha.
Make a motion to approve budget amendment, capital improvement, sales tax, water, implement, lead and copper, rural, optimal corrosion control treatment stations at 3 wells.
Second?
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Ron?
Yes. Number 17, consideration and discussion regarding the Oklahoma Department of Environmental Quality consent order, case number 25-242, dated February 18th, 2026.
This is the consent order from DEQ that's related to the lead and copper from 2024 and the first part of 2025. So DEQ, based on the exceedances in 2024 in 3 homes, they issued a consent order in 2025 and then actually sent it out in 2026. So they're always a year or 2 or 3 behind. We're ahead of this deal. Basically what they want us to do is correct the pH problem, test as required by law, and there is a $500 fine associated with this, but I have Trevor Hammonds, one of our attorneys, reviewing it, and then I'll get with DEQ prior to making it official and agreeing to anything. So this is more of an this is as a result of the lead and copper we had in 2024.
So is this to be approved and signed tonight, or we just talking
No,
about it?
this is just to talk about it. We're not ready to, I haven't received word back from Trevor. Trevor used to be counsel for DEQ, and that's why we use him for DEQ matters.
So this is information.
Yes.
There's only 3, if we reach the benchmarks, there's only 3.
Yeah, at the end of 2025, we were fine. So this is essentially traveling back in time. Well, I've been working on this, staff has been working on this for a lot longer than DEQ has been sending this letter.
It's just ridiculous. Number 18, consideration, discussion, and possible action on the ordinance 523 of the city of Perkins, Oklahoma, closing a portion of public right-of-way within the city of Perkins, reserving utility rights, providing for reversion of property interest to abutting property owners as provided by law, providing for severability and declaring an effective date. David?
This is related to the street closure of a portion of Hurt Street where the co-op is located. Under our new policy for approving of street closures, this went to Planning and Zoning Commission last month. It was unanimously approved by them. State law requires a city ordinance to close a road, so that's why this item is on the agenda for you tonight. If approved, then the street will be considered closed and they can proceed with subsequent actions to vacate that if they choose. So this is the final action to close Hurt Street.
This is a bounce off of the new chapter 19 last month.
Yes, ma'am.
Ordinance number 522.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Commissioners, anybody?
I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 523 of the city of Perkins, Oklahoma, closing a portion of a public road right-of-way within the city of Perkins, reserving utility rights, providing for reversion of property interest to visiting property owners as provided by law.
Second.
Oh. Did you second that?
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Yes. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. Did anyone come to the public hearing at the planning commission?
Yes, we did have one person speak in favor,
Okay.
and it was Commissioner Veronica Heisler.
Okay, cool. Good deal. All right. I was at the show that day. All right. Sale. 19, consideration, discussion, and possible action on declaring an emergency on ordinance 523.
Make a motion that we declare an emergency on ordinance 523.
Second.
Carla?
Yes, ma'am.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Yes. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. Number 20, consideration, discussion, and possible action to declare an emergency regarding the collapse of a sewer line in the 423 West Stumbo area of the city on February 23rd, 2026.
So this is another concrete line on the opposite side of town that apparently collapsed. We were notified around 5:15 or 5:30 in the evening and attempted to run the jetter. The jetter was actually trying to come up out of the ground. So I contacted Michael Taylor, one of our engineers, and ended up contacting, we rented a pump to bypass that line, basically pump from one manhole to the other. And we have a contractor, Jordan Contracting, which is a different contractor that did the last concrete line, partially because I knew that contractor was in Fort Smith working on a huge project, and Jordan does the same thing. There's only 3 or 4 of these people that do this. So they have been in town. We tried to do a point repair, hoping, like on the last one, that we could find a piece of pipe, fix it. Well, we found where it was broke or collapsed, but when they were trying to plug it to scab in a piece of pipe to fix it, the concrete pipe just kept collapsing back and back and back. So we're gonna have to pipe burst it. And it was an emergency. We kind of have to have sewer lines, so that decision was made. After talking to council. I should clarify.
I'll make a motion to declare an emergency regarding the collapse of sewer line at 423 West Dumbo area of the city on February 23rd, 2026.
I second it.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Yes. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Yes. So last year we authorized, so we don't have to have emergency meetings for stuff like that? We authorized.
That is pre-authorization for him to spend up to $100,000 on a project deemed to qualify by you all as city commission. So unfortunately, sewer emergencies, you're not gonna have a chance to pre-approve
Right.
that.
That's what I meant. This is, we need him to take care of that. We're not-
Get her done.
You all are welcome to hang around and look, and
family back in the home?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't want to speak to that for sure.
We are taking care of them.
We've submitted the stuff to our insurance provider.
I heard it didn't smell good at all. Number 21, consideration, discussion, and possible action to retroactively authorize emergency expenditure in the amount of $114,540 to repair collapsed sewer line as referenced above.
It's the kind of thing you get to do twice. First, you validate the emergency, and then you validate the expenditure.
Make a motion to retroactively authorize emergency expenditure in the amount of $114,540 for repair to the collapsed sewer line.
Second.
Go ahead.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Yes. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Number 22, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve purchase order number 260248 in the amount of $23,390. Purchase order number 260253 in the amount of $91,150 to Jordan Contractors LLC, a budget amendment, capital improvement sales tax for repair of sewer main collapse near 423 Stumbo.
Make a motion to approve purchase order number 260248 in the amount of $23,390. Purchase order number 260253 in the amount of $91,150 to Jordan Contractors LLC, and budget amendment capital improvement sales tax for repair of sewer main collapse near 423 Stumbo.
I second it.
Carla?
Yes.
Justin?
Yes.
Sarah? Yes. Jason?
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica?
Number 20. Number 23, discussion on funding options for City of Perkins water and sewer systems.
So the bigger issue, we've had 2 concrete lines collapse in 8 or 9 weeks on opposite sides of town, away from each other. They're not related to each other in any way. So that brings a much larger worry to my mind. And I estimate we have 20 to 25,000 feet of concrete sewer line that has been in the ground for 80 to 100 years, maybe. So it's reaching its end of life. I've talked about this before, but I'm sure they didn't know it at the time, but now we know that sewer gases deteriorate the concrete and eventually it collapses. So if we have 20,000 feet in the ground, it's going to cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $200 a foot potentially to replace it. So that's $4 million. The money, we obviously don't have the money. So I've been doing a lot of brainstorming and thinking about how to fund something like that, because we can't find ourselves in a position to continually respond to these $200,000 or $300,000 emergencies, especially if we don't have $200,000 or $300,000. I mean, we're kind of tapped out at this point with those types of emergencies. So the funding mechanisms that I'm aware of, I was hoping to have some specific numbers by now, but I'll have to speak in generalities. There could be a bond issue is a potential general obligation bond that puts it on property taxes. I don't have any specific numbers on that, but my feeling is it would increase property taxes to a very undesirable, unsustainable amount. Loans are great, but you have to fund the debt service. So grants are essentially There's no grants that I am aware of that would take care of anything even remotely close to $3 to $5 million. I mean, you might be able to get a CDBG grant that'll cover 250,000 of it, but that's, you know, less than 10% of what we need potentially. So the only, or as of right now, we'll always continue to look for grants in the event that infrastructure grants become a thing again. They've kind of went away. And I've had conversations and sent letters to our federal delegation, senators and House members, as well as our state delegation. And I just don't see that there's going to be grants coming out in the near future. The other problem is this problem is not just Perkins. This problem is every city in the state and probably every city in the country. So this isn't a growth problem. If you don't grow, you don't get the money to fix things. Your revenue's never going to go up if you don't grow. So my thought is, if we tried to do another 1 cent sales tax just for water and sewer, we should bring in the neighborhood of $400,000 a year. So it would be written in a way to fund water and sewer improvements, or however, infrastructure issues for water and sewer only, and to service debt. And that way, I think it might be possible to leverage the funds and use that sales tax, if approved, to replace the lines. And this isn't a decision that needs to be made tonight. And I realize there's a lot going on in the world right now that are affecting a lot of things. So there's never a good time to have this conversation. If we did another penny sales tax, you know, it would bring our sales tax up to 4 7/8 or something, which would be one of the highest in the area by about a quarter of a cent, I think. And I'm working on that data. I've looked at it, but
I thought we're the bottom, but then we added
we added a half cent
half cent.
for park and library.
You gave us numbers of about 8 to 10,
Yeah.
handful of years back of cities around us. And we were.
So it put us a little higher, but I also think with the development going on, other new businesses that are coming in, it could be a way to, you know, take care of this issue, because it's just going to keep happening.
Heard of anything that other cities are doing to circumvent any of this?
Most of the cities you hear about doing things like Kraft Reynolds, one of the contractors we used, they're in Fort Smith replacing 20 or 30,000 feet. But Fort Smith's a big city and they have a lot, and they're also funded differently in Arkansas. So they're you know, they may get I'm sure I know they get property taxes. They have other revenue streams that we don't have. But for the smaller growing, I mean, even 100,000 person community, it's a big nut to crack. And they were all probably put in at the same time when Perkins was formed. And I can assure you that through the years, Perkins has never had the money to replace even a section at a time, because it's it's always expensive. It's all relative. And the cheapest, cheaper to do it 30 years ago, but 30 years ago Perkins wasn't what it is today. So.
Okay. Any questions?
I just think more than likely the 1 cent sales tax would probably be the best route.
It's the only thing I can think of that would
be able to just be a little proactive about it.
If we're not proactive about it, we're gonna be in some
We'll be in worse shape than what we
some
are.
deep worries.
Literally.
Literally. I built her.
And I'll work on putting stuff together. Ron Fisher's working on the numbers, so we can look at, if we were gonna, number one, is it possible to even do a bond that big for Perkins? And if, for the sake of argument, this is what it would mean if it was approved, if there was a property tax bond. This is what a sales tax would do. Any other funding mechanisms we can come up with. But as far as writing a grant to replace sewer lines, I'm not aware of any like this, other than, $250,000, which you could almost do a block, almost, for $250,000, maybe a block and a half.
It'd be good to see the options like you're suggesting. So we have the data in front of us.
Yeah.
Point out real quick, the two options that Bob's discussed, sales tax and property tax, both require a vote of the people. You have 3 available election dates left this year. The first one's the primary in June, the runoff in August, and the general election in November. If you wanted to utilize the date in June, you would have to have the proclamation calling the election to the election board by April 7th. The election in August, you've got to have it to them by June, and the one in in November, you'd have to have it to them by August. So just kind of have that timing in your head as we move forward with this.
August is kind of the date I had in my mind, because we won't make April.
I don't think so.
Reasonable.
I think it needs more brainstorming, and I'm not sure is the right way to go right now.
And wait to see if I hear back from any of the elected people at the state or federal level.
It wouldn't help to send a letter from us, would it?
We'll be here the 24th of April.
The state, Senator Grellner and Representative Shaw.
If you're available.
What's that date?
April 24th,
I have it in my,
Friday.
So far, what I've heard from them is we need to get a loan, apply for grants when generally speaking about infrastructure problems.
What did we do this on before? I remember raising a half a cent for something.
those park and rec and library.
Quarter cent for park and rec, quarter cent for library. The
We had
point
raised
sales
taxes
tax.
in.
And that's a 10-year.
I was thinking we did
Tax.
something else. Maybe.
Public safety sales tax was in 2012, 13.
I just remember agreeing to do something for the future, better safe than sorry.
Can't come out every month spending what we've been spending.
No, it's a,
No, it's unsustainable.
Okay, well, thank you for bringing it so we had time to think about it and stress over it.
yeah.
You do it. What?
You make the right decision.
I'm not stressed, you're stressed.
I'm not stressed.
Okay, would it be okay with you, David, if we, pause this?
We don't need the executive session.
We don't? Okay,
We will do one in April. We don't need this one.
okay, because I was gonna move to PIDA. So pass. The, Perkins, the City of Perkins regular meeting for March 10th is adjourned. Should we go to the PIDA one before we go to the Public Works, so these two ladies can?
Sure.
Amanda, can I have another PIDA agenda? Please. I didn't
I
get
don't
one.
have one either. There's some on the table. You want me to grab one?
Sarah got one.
I have one.
I got one.
I didn't get one.
I'm amazed I didn't get
Public
one.
Works.
I brought candy.
Candy.
Good thing I didn't make
No, I got one, baby.
Right here, Renee, thank you. I didn't. It could have been my printer. I had to fight with it.
Amanda ate mine yesterday.
They should be in the packet, there's just a chunk in front of it.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much.
No, it's okay. I probably missed it on the other. I hate the dress.
There's just a pretty decent
I don't like
chunk.
Google Drive just for.
So it's like,
Absolutely.
Okay. Amanda, roll call, call to order, roll call, and establish a quorum for the Perkins Industrial Development Authority special meeting and agenda.
Cummings,
Yes.
Vinegar,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes, ma'am.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Heisler,
Yes.
Hagler, Jolliffe.
Here.
Number 2, consideration, discussion, and possible action to acknowledge signature forms provided to Bank First serving as trustee bank for all accounts associated with the note for the renovated library project.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna kind of talk about all these, because they all apply to the same project and stem from the same document.
Does that mean I need to read them all? Do you want me to read them all right now?
You want
Do you
to?
want me to speed read like I do for the third graders? Go ahead.
So when we did the bond issue for the library project, bond proceeds are held by Bank First in their corporate trust division in Oklahoma City. What we do underneath that is we put in place a depository agreement with your local bank here. So the sales tax proceeds that we use go from the city to the depository bank, and from the depository bank to Bank First in order to make debt service payments on the library bonds. So what all of this is doing, the signatures are provided to Bank First. That is what allows you to have signatures to open the account with them. The depository agreement with Payne County Bank, we authorized that back in December when we authorized the debt, so this is just acknowledging the final form of that agreement. It says that they are gonna hold these funds for you, and they're gonna make payments on your behalf on a regularly scheduled basis, twice a year. The remaining 3 items have to do with transferring funds in and out from the sales tax fund where they're being held now with the city to the depository bank in order to get them started making those payments. So it's all kind of tied to that, but it's policies governing how sales tax funds move from the city to Payne County Bank, and then how Payne County Bank makes the payments to Bank First as trustee. So that's what all these are. And if you want me to break them down one by one, I can, but I thought it'd be better to just give you the goal.
We really are. We've talked about it a lot already. Any of you 2 ladies out there have any questions?
Maybe I slipped on, he's answered it in the past. I was just wondering why Bank First and then Payne County, you know what I mean? Using 2 banks instead of the one local. Maybe I
Our
missed
sales
that.
tax money goes into Payne County,
Okay.
and then this depository is making the payments to the library project.
Okay. No, I was, you know,
So no, it's okay. So Payne County's, am I getting it right? So Payne County's sending it to the depository that we had that's regulating all of this and making sure everybody's doing things right. And then they make the payments.
no, I was just curious as to why 2 banks, but okay.
So Payne County is the depository. The reason that Bank First is involved is state law sets out certain requirements for banks to act as a trustee on municipal bond issues. And it's at a different level than your just kind of average trust department. It's at their corporate trust. There's only 3 banks in the state that qualify. It's Bank First, BOK, and UMB. And we have a good working relationship with Bank First on transactions like this. So they hold the bond proceeds. They make construction and payment disbursements, so whenever a contractor's got a bill, Bank First pays that. And then Bank First is charged with tracking who holds the bonds and making sure that they receive the proper principal and interest payments. So depository is where the money comes from the city, and the depository pays it up, because we don't want to give them all of it at once. We want to make sure it's on a schedule, because if there's anything in excess, it goes back to the city. So they make payments to the the trustee bank in order to make sure the debt service gets made, and then whatever's left over comes back to the city. So that's why they're sticking.
Okay, now it makes sense. I probably slept through something before.
Long way around a short pole.
That's exactly right.
Sounds good to me.
So it's been acknowledged, I guess. Or no, we need to make a motion. I'll make a motion to acknowledge signatures from provided to Bank First serving as trustee bank for all accounts associated with the note for the renovated library project.
Second?
Cummings,
Yes.
Henniger,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Heisler,
Yes.
Heckler. Yes. John.
Is that it?
No, we still need to do the rest of them.
Number, I thought you were gonna cover all of them. Number 3, consideration, discussion, and possible action to acknowledge depository agreement with Payne County Bank regarding the creation of depository account ending 901 and disbursement of funds via automated withdrawal to service the debt on the renovated library project loan.
I'll make a motion to acknowledge depository agreement with Payne County Bank regarding the creation of depository account number 901 and disbursement of funds via automated withdrawal to service the debt on the renovated library project loan.
I second it.
Cummings,
Yes.
Henniger,
Yes.
Fox,
Yes, ma'am.
Dickerson. Yes. Heisler,
Yes.
Heckler. Yes. John.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 4, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve purchase order number 2602037 in the amount of $83,313.33 and purchase order number 2602038 in the amount of $6,900 to Bank First and budget amendment transfers in sales tax funds from library sales tax to service the debt on the loan for the renovated library project.
Mayor, if I might give a little bit more clarification on this one and the next one, because it gets more convoluted.
That's fine.
If you look at the consent agenda that you approved, a couple budget amendments as city commissioners for this project, the issuer of the bonds was the industrial authority. There's a little glitch in the law that does not allow public trust to designate an agent for purposes of passing a governmental sales tax exemption out for purchases. So in effect, if the contracting party was PIDA, then we would be using bond proceeds to pay sales tax on supplies and material purchases. The workaround is we have a development agreement in place between PIDA and the city where the city acts as construction manager, in a loose interpretation of that term, on behalf of PIDA, and the city can pass its authorization and appoint an agent for sales tax exemption purposes. So the city winds up buying all of the supplies and materials, and then PIDA uses bond proceeds to reimburse the city for the cost of the purchases, therefore saving sales tax and stretching your bond dollars a little bit further. So that's why we're doing all the gymnastics here.
Thank you for the clarification.
That's all I care about right now. Lead us.
I'll make a motion to approve purchase order number 2602037 in the amount of $83,313.33. Purchase order number 2602038 in the amount of $6,900 to Bank First and budget amendment transfers in sales tax funds from library sales tax to service the debt on the loan for the renovated library project.
Second.
Cummings,
Yes.
Henniger,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes, ma'am.
Dickerson.
Yes.
Heisler,
Yes.
Heckler. Yes. John.
Yes.
Number 5, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve budget amendment transfer in of sales tax funds from the library sales tax account as a cushion with funds to be repaid to the library sales tax fund upon repayment of debt. Pretty clear. Any commissioners?
Make a motion to approve budget amendment transfer in of sales tax funds from the library sales tax account of the cushion with funds to be repaid to the library sales tax fund upon repayment of the debt.
Second.
Cummings,
Yes.
Henninger,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Heisler.
Yes.
Heckler. Jill.
Yes, ma'am.
Number 6, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve budget amendment, loan proceeds to be used for the renovated library project.
I'll make a motion to approve budget amendment, loan proceeds to be used for the renovated library project.
Second.
Cummings,
Yes.
Henninger,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes, ma'am.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Heisler.
Yes.
Heckler. And Jill.
Yes, ma'am.
Perkins Industrial Development Authority special meeting is adjourned. Amanda, will you call to order, roll call, establish a quorum for the Perkins Public Works Authority regular meeting, March 10th, 2026, 7 o'clock.
Cummings,
Yes.
Henninger,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes, ma'am.
Heisler.
Yes.
Consideration action on consent agenda. Anyone?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Cummings,
Yes.
Henninger,
Yes.
Dickerson,
Yes.
Cox,
Yes, ma'am.
Heisler.
Yes.
Number 4, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve McGuire Iron contractor pay application number 3 in the amount of $399,475 funded by the Oklahoma Water Resources Board, American Rescue Plan Act funds awarded for the joint Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma and the City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing ITO funds in the amount of $199,737.50, and to approve disbursement request number 4 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $99,737.50.
These are identical, this and the next 3 are identical from the city agenda. They have to be done on both meetings.
So, David, anyone making a motion, do they have to reread the whole thing, or how would you like that done?
As presented.
I want you to read the whole thing, Henniger.
I'll do it.
Keep it quiet, not saying anything.
Just read them fast.
Make a motion to approve McGuire Iron Contractor Pay application number 3 in the amount of $399,475 funded by the Oklahoma Water Resource Board, American Rescue Plan Act funds awarded for the joint Iowa Tribe of Oklahoma and City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing ITO funds in the amount of $199,737.50, and to approve disbursement request number 4 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $199,737.50.
Second.
That was awesome.
Good job.
Carla,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes.
Veronica.
Yes. Number 5, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve McGuire Iron contractor pay application number 4 in the amount of $331,550 funded by the OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint IoT and City of Perkins Water Project, to acknowledge utilizing ITO funds in the amount of $165,775, and to approve disbursement request number 5 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $165,775. Bob?
Same.
Same sign.
I'll make a motion to approve McGuire Iron Contractor Pay application number 4 in the amount of $331,550 funded by OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint ITO and City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing the ITO funds in the amount of $165,775, and to approve disbursement request number 5 for ARPA funds award to the City of Perkins in the amount of $165,775.
Second.
Carla,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Sarah. Yes. Jason.
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica.
Yes.
Number 6, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve disbursement request number 6 for Cowan Engineering invoice 10619 in the amount of $2,250 funded by OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint IoT and City of Perkins Water Tower Project, to acknowledge utilizing IoT funds in the amount of $1,125 and to approve disbursement request number 6 for ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins in the amount of $1,125.
Mr. Vice Mayor,
Yes, sir.
I think your motion should be motion to approve item 6 as read by the mayor.
I'll make a motion to approve.
What was that you said, bus?
I'll make a motion to approve item number 6 as read by the mayor.
Second.
Carla,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica.
Yes. Number 7, consideration, discussion, and possible action to approve or construction contractor pay application number 6 in the amount of $51,528 funded by OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint IoT and City of Perkins lift station project, and to approve disbursement request number 6 in the amount of $51,528 utilizing ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins.
Same?
Yes, sir.
Same.
I make a motion to approve or construction contractor pay application number 6 in the amount of $51,528, funded by the OWRB ARPA funds awarded for the joint ITO and City of Perkins lift station project, and to approve disbursement request number 6 in the amount of $51,528, utilizing ARPA funds awarded to the City of Perkins.
Second it.
Carla,
Yes.
Justin,
Yes.
Sarah,
Yes.
Jason,
Yes, ma'am.
Veronica.
Yes.
I can't read as fast as
Works
Justin.
Authority meeting is adjourned.
That one was a little bit